And we are now live. So whatever you say can be will help be held against you. Okay. All right, so welcome to Boss Babe. Boss Babe Week 2. And it is, I did put the link in our Facebook group, so we have some out of town people that are joining us. And so I will, though, when we're done, I'll post it into the Tuesday night group. I know Kelly, and Kelly's group too, because she's got some out of town people as well. Okay, so we're gonna kick off tonight, and we're gonna spend a little section actually on reviewing from last week, because I want to hear, in fact, I've heard just little tidbits from some of my girls, and some of the things that you guys posted today when we asked y'all to put some aha moments. But let's just start off with, and you got to come up here. We got to review you right up here in the front so you can get you on video. So don't be scared. This is all training, and it's a safe place again to learn and grow. But if you had any ahas or just some like, oh my gosh, just some things like bulbs that have gone on this week since you left meeting last Thursday. So who wants to kick us off tonight? Don't y'all all jump at one time. I don't know. Awesome. Okay, show us some love. Hi. I love this way. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So last week, let me see now. Okay. Last week, somebody said, when you stop chasing your dreams, it kills your soul.
Oh.
And I have been like really struggling lately, and I feel like it's probably because I haven't been running my American business, and this is my dream. So that really got to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. That's be a year back in October. Yeah. Or November, whatever month that was.
It is.
And Lauren shared the actual quote with us last week. So. Yeah. I know. That was way cool though, how that all came about. You still had that quote. All right, I know there's some more ahas. Did you have one, Megan?
Well, I'm not sure if it's an aha, but I had a very exciting moment this week.
Okay,
I'd like to share.
Yeah.
So, before the break, a teacher at school had emailed me.
Before the break.
A fellow teacher at my school emailed me and said, my husband's a lawyer and he's in this networking group and they're looking for a skincare lady, cosmetic. B&I, I'm sure lots of people have heard of it. I had never heard of it. I had no idea what it was. But I had my first meeting today and I'm an official member of the SuccessNet Louisville B&I group. And y'all, the last Mary Kay lady they had did so well, she had to quit a year and a half ago because she was getting too much business. So she's a quitter. Okay. Now, I would not walk away from more referrals. I would just pass them on to my, my team. And so I am very excited about that. I feel like it's really going to give me a good, rock solid customer base. At the end of it.
That's the difference between a growth mindset and a not growing mindset. Because you see how Megan totally took that as an opportunity to pass it on to her team, which by growing her team would ultimately grow her. Yeah, whereas the other person just like put the foot down and stopped.
No, she got too busy, and maybe she wanted more sales and less team building. Yeah, who knows what the situation was? I was really just teaching her. I don't know her name, so it's okay.
That's awesome. I just joined a networking group too, and it's really cool. My main purpose that I joined one originally was just to work on my speaking skills and just to be in a professional environment where I had to dress up and be at each week. And I always wear my director suit when I go. And so that was kind of my purpose, because I hadn't been in one in 2 years. And so I just joined one, and last week, I booked one of the ladies for a skincare party. And then it was really cool. Another lady just got me into this new group with the Little Elm School superintendent, which is where my kids go. So it's just cool, the connections. And you just know when it's a right fit, and just things just start clicking. And just, again, it's just be open so you're in front of as many people all the time. And you just, open for opportunities. The networking groups are amazing. And I was even looking at Toastmasters. And was pulling those up online, just FYI, if you want a place like to go to grow yourself, just for more speaking skills and specifically to grow yourself in speaking skills. So that's a little side note. But there's opportunities out there, is my point. And so you can grow with one intention, but it's always a great way to network. So, okay, a couple more ahas from the week. Go, Lauren.
I actually wouldn't have thought of this, but you made me think of it.
I feel like I'm standing right
No, you're good.
So I don't really know when this happened. What day was that I sent you that message and she was like, huh? You want to have a dance? You remember that day?
Oh, yeah, go.
Okay. So I sat my husband down and I was like, okay, babe, like, here's our budget. Here's what we need our budget to be. This is the difference. This is what I'm trying to do about it. I'm not doing a very good job. And what, like, is it worth it? Like, am I going to do this or am I not going to do this? You know? And I said, this is when I can hold appointments. That's what I think. Like, what do you think? And he was like, well, yeah, why aren't you doing that? And I was like, well, what else could I be doing? Like, let's just pretend, like, right? So I could be tutoring, let's be honest. Like, math teachers, upper schools, high school math teachers, I could probably make $60 to $80 an hour, especially like the place where I'm at, I could probably push 80, right? 100, what does that mean? Okay, so, but where's that gonna take me? 5 years from now? Same place. Like, what's that gonna do for like me as a person? 0. And maybe even kill myself a little more because that's I mean, I love my job, I love working with kids, but like it doesn't fulfill me to do that and nothing but that. And like, I was like, well, I could be away from my family and Monday nights and Tuesday nights and Friday nights and Saturdays to do that, and it would give us the money we needed, but it wouldn't do anything else for me. And so that was like a big,
that's only like making money at that time.
Right. So it doesn't, yeah, exactly. And so that was what I was thinking when you said that about growing your team. But it was when I talked to Shelly about it, and that's what she was saying too. Is that's my thought. Is it doesn't multiply me, and it doesn't give me a platform for other. Okay.
Actually, when you come back up here more, I want you to share one more thing. Share with me about just the little tidbit you shared about that the boss babe is in you. Like, you didn't feel like you had to.
Okay. So that was from week 2. Like the questions that I already answered from week 2. That's what I posted on Facebook. That as I was listing the traits, if y'all have looked at the materials yet, I was listing the traits that I saw in other people. And then one of the questions was, what do you already have? And that was a big one for me because it's easy for me to look at other people and be like, oh, I want to be like that, or someday maybe I could do that, or I know I could be that way. But I was also sharing with Shelly a while ago that I feel like I'm starting to lose some of the qualities that I've always been proud of. That like when I joined and started doing this, I thought, oh, I could be really good at this because of this and this and this. I'm starting to see those things like be minimized in myself. And I think that's part of why I stopped working as hard, because I think I'm starting to think like, I can't do this. And so when I had that conversation with my husband, I was like, I'm not me anymore. And anyway, so when I had to make that list and write it out, I was like, I am me. And also like I feel the most myself when I am doing. It's like when I get to be doing all these things, and like it makes me have all the skills and qualities that I always saw in myself as good things.
That's awesome.
Oh. Do you have something to share?
I have one thing
Okay.
that I think I put on the Facebook that something about the facial and the pampering yourself.
Yes.
I was something that I don't normally do for myself. And I got to spend Saturday all day doing everything that I wanted to do, all day long. I mean, the facial, the whole deal. And my husband bought me a massage for my birthday, so I got to have that on Saturday. But my daughter-in-law yesterday sent me this, and it made me feel so good about what I was doing and about us taking care of ourselves. It says you aren't a selfish person for taking care of yourself. Just a happier one. And I thought, well, thank you so much, because I really needed that. Because I always feel selfish when it's just me and not taking care of other people. Because that's why I got into business, to take care of others. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't have any problem in that department. That is Chloe, we're all wired so differently. But yeah, I've learned you have to take care of yourself. And just like one characteristic of myself, I don't have to like pamper myself, but I do have to have alone time. And I've learned that about me, that I am a hot mess with my kids, my family, If y'all don't want to talk to me, if I haven't, I have my own time. So it's cool that we get to learn all these things about ourselves through this business. Okay, one more. Anybody else? Give one more chance, one more aha. So everybody gets to share that wanted to share? Okay. Thought there might be one more.
Mine was from last week, like right at the end of the night, was about checking in with our director of Recruiter Daily. It's not pestering and it's not bothering y'all. It is all of us either have at some time or are working another job, and it is no different than going to work and just being under the radar and never checking in with the supervisor or the boss. If we did that for a day or two, they'd probably come firing us because we weren't at work. Every day we have to, in some form, you see them, even if it's, or, an email, or they look at the time clock and see you're there or something. If there is some means of checking in, and when we go completely off the radar, with Mary Kay, it's no different. And we're never going to get anywhere. We wouldn't get anywhere in a JOB if they didn't know we were there. We're never going to get anywhere in a Mary Kay if we're over in Fort Myers. So,
Amen.
I gave her an aha.
We haven't got to night stuff.
So I'm definitely going to try. Okay, so this month I feel like it's really kind of kicked off for me because I've been afraid of faces. I've been afraid of places. I've been afraid of failure, and I've been afraid of being put down. But I feel like I've overcome that. First of all, I'm up here. I'm like, oh, shoot. But not just that, I've jumped over all the mountains that were coming my way, and I'm just going, hey, everyone could just try for this much chicken and small. I'm like, yes. I thought that was going to be
And you guys just get in the habit of sharing these daily wins on our Facebook group, just like the whole checking in with your director. I mean, y'all just post away. Even if you're just posting for you, post for you. And then hopefully, I might start getting on to people. Like, because I look at every time, you guys post something like a like that's like a hand clap to me. I don't know if y'all look at it that way. But, and that's how I look at it. That's how I kind of portray all the likes on Facebook. Like you're gonna get a like, it's a hand clap. And so just you guys post your daily wins because this is what it's about. It's the daily wins. It's the daily little things. Because when you get one after another, after another, after another, it's like it just makes a snowball effect, you guys. And that what adds up to the big things. And we live in such a society that only looks at the big things and the end results and that all happened yesterday. And so we take the emphasis off the day-to-day smaller things. Does that make sense? And actually some things I'm going to share on tonight's topic kind of talks about that. But just, you got to get excited about the small things, you guys. You really do. You really do. And then we got to get excited for each other about the small things. And even if it might not be a small thing to you, but somebody else is excited about it, oh my gosh, you better get excited for her. Because that's huge in her world. And it's all different for all of us. Okay, so one thing I do want to share from me this past week, coming off of our January Jumpstart, we had a theme with the word fight. And so we've just been talking about like we're having to fight for our stuff. Like this first week, even though we had some ahas, did anybody have some setbacks? Well, these are some things that have hit you, some kind of things that have maybe come your way. If you haven't, they will. Okay, you're gonna miss you'll get something this week. And it's not going to just land in your lap. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, we have to fight for it. And one of the things that I guess I have been like, the word that has just been coming to my mind all week was the F. I remember? Focus. And so we have a household. Like our household, we're like just running and going. And just things are wild, and you can get very easily sidetracked. I can get sucked into, just all the mom duties. And you guys can probably relate. We're all in just a different seasons of life. But my thing has been just focus. What is the main thing? And let the rest go. And I'm a very control person. I love to be in control. And I inherited a lot of control stuff issues from my mother. I'm sure none of y'all in here are control freaks. But I have also released a lot and learned that just being in control isn't going to get me to my goals. being in control, having everything perfect isn't good. That's not what it takes to be successful in my eyes. We all have different definitions of success. And that the beds made, that's not going to get me to my success journey. You know, the dishes I left tonight with dishes in the sink. Okay, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll either be there tomorrow, maybe my husband might do them tonight. Hello. And then I'm also, even though I'm more of a task-oriented person, like there's people-oriented people and there's task-oriented. I'm more task. And so what I mean by focus this past week is just, what is the main thing? What are the, focus on the things that are taking me to where I want to go. Is putting an email together taking me to my success? Probably not. Is getting on the phone and spending an hour of coaching? Oh yeah. That's making sure all my appointments are holy. And so I've just been very focused on what is the main thing. And so, you know, so just keep that word focus this week as we go about what we're learning about, what we're talking about tonight. How can you focus a little different so that you're focused on the top one or two things in Mary Kay? Because the rest can be let go. It'll get done eventually. Just like at your jobs. I mean, like, you leave things for the next day, right? It's just never, ever completely done. Same thing with Mary Kay, and it's okay. It's totally okay, as long as you keep the main thing the main thing. And our focus always needs to be on people. And then the second part to that is if it's a non-people type item that does need to be done, I piece and pee. It can be done before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. And that's kind of been my rule of that. So anyway, that was just, and I'm going to share a little bit more from the book, from the one thing as we get into tonight's stuff too, that it's been like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about your homework assignment, the questions. So real quickly, I need a writer, a person who wants to write on our board. And Melissa, this was your marker from last week that I went home with. Oh, you want to be our board writer? Yay! Okay, I have a brand new Sharpie. And I got here with it tonight. All right, so yeah, we're gonna write up here. So just real quickly, don't write these yet, but just flip over to your week 2 homework, which I'm sure all of you guys did it all. And we don't have to list the names of, I mean, did y'all kind of list the Mary Kay Boss Babes? I was thinking, you know, for some of our newer people, we probably should have guided y'all. Like well, it could have been people in here in our meeting too, could have been like a boss babe, I guess, in the Mary Kay world. Or if you have been to larger events, then you might have known and been more familiar with some nationals. And do y'all realize that all of the nationals are showcased on Mary Kay in Touch? Up on the right, somewhere over there, there's something to click on that will take you to the whole NSD page where you can see all of them. Okay, so let's skip over to the second question. What were some qualities? And this is what I want to list like up here. So we can just get like, it doesn't have to be, it could be like just sporadic words all over the paper, or it can be a list, whatever you want to do. I want y'all just to shout out what were some of the qualities that you did write down that you loved about your Mary Kay Boss Babe that you admired. Confidence. Okay, and write them big, so it means somewhat big. Yeah. So confidence. Consistent. Now let's do this. Who else wrote down confidence? Okay, cool. Who else wrote down consistent? Okay, so that's cool. Okay, what else?
Professional.
Go ahead.
Personable.
Personable. Okay. Did anybody else write personable down? Sort of, kind of. Okay, and then Misty, you have the word
Professional.
Professional. I'm liking the word professional. We've been talking about that amongst our girls. Just treating our business as a business. Becoming a professional at it. Just like you go to school for 4 years to become a professional teacher, why would you not invest 4 years in your Mary Kay becoming a professional? Why would we come into Mary Kay and think, oh, I've been in Mary Kay for 6 weeks. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I don't know. None of y'all ever thought that thought, right? Okay. What other qualities? Coachable. Ooh, coachable. Self-fan. Like 2 others. Okay. 2 others and then also coachable yourself. I was given a compliment today. I was told I was a good student. That'd be kind of the same thing, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and so, and that, I think that's huge, just being, because sometimes the teacher appears that you don't want to be told what to do. You got it all figured out.
I have growth mindset, which I think is kind of like being coachable.
Yeah. Okay, we can put growth mindset. Did anybody else have growth mindset / coachability or coachable? That was interesting.
Fearless.
Ooh, fearless. You really think they're fearless?
I'm here to be fearless.
Yeah, that could be.
Ambitious.
Ooh, who else had ambitious?
Goal oriented.
Yeah.
I have passion.
Ooh, passionate. I think it's
sort of close.
sort of close, but I would say ambitious is, I mean, you and passionate, those are kind of different. I mean, passionate is like just what drives you. Like, I would think even if you weren't getting a prize or paid, you know, you're just passionate about life and whatever it is you're doing. Whereas ambitious is like, I don't know, I think it is ambitious towards something.
Kind of outgoing.
Okay.
They just seem like they're just outgoing, even if they're scared. I mean,
Yeah.
you just see that and you're like, oh, yeah, that.
Outgoing. I know one of mine that I always write down is tell it like it is. I don't know if there's a word for that. Tactful. But they make you laugh. But they make you laugh. Like you can always tell the truth, but you come away laughing about it.
Charismatic is kind of
Yeah.
but
Real. Okay.
it stuck with me from when we did the thing with Rita and was that no, when was that? That was fall. Like the fall.
Yeah, that was fall.
Like for charismatic, what we talked about then was like wanting to be like when you're around that person that maybe you feel like a better version of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that kind of goes with what you're saying.
No, I think that's different. The charismatic is really good. No, I was just saying that I like it when, like, I think of Janice at her national sales director. I love the fact that she can give you this harsh lesson, this harsh lesson, like, this is the way we're doing things, that she has you rolling and laughing about it. I love that. Like, that is one of my most favorite things. I want to see that way. It's humor. It is humor.
Well, it's like the thing that I said up there about killing your soul, like it didn't make me hate any of you guys. So you made it to me straight, but I love you. Like, yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because the traits that we pick out may or may not be ones that we have. And it's funny that you say that because I actually feel like sometimes I'm like, did I tell her that? But I have learned that when I do say it, and they usually are super excited that
Yeah.
I say it. Yeah. So that's kind of, and that's funny. That's one of my hiccups. All right. Honest blunt. Tactful. Tactful. Would that be a word? Tactful? Okay, we can put that one. I do like thoughtful. I'd rather somebody just be blunt with me, just tell me what it is. The beat around the bush. Your traits? Yeah. Grateful. Oh, grateful. That's a good one.
Encouraging.
Oh, yeah. Encouraging.
I said godly.
Add godly.
Determined.
All right, determined. Okay, determined.
What was the question?
Just the qualities. We're still listing all the qualities that we see in leaders. So did y'all have like these long lists?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, did we get all of them, y'all think, or? Helpful?
You put time.
Okay, helpful, kind.
I put money. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I just put dollar signs actually.
Okay, there's a dollar sign on there.
I wrote it as moneymaker.
But you know, that goes along with our definition of boss baby,
Yeah.
right? It was totally about taking their passion and making it into a paycheck.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything wrong with the dollar sign. Because the more dollars you have,
And I did cars.
the more choices you have.
Cars.
Yeah, cars. Draw a car. Okay, awesome. I think we got a good list. I think we got a really good list. Okay, and we'll just stick that up there, and we will keep that up there. All right. So, before we dive into this a little bit more, and which ones like apply to you guys, I want you to write these words on your paper, and specifically on your Boss Babe materials, one side was left so that you can take notes, is what that's purpose of that. But I want you to write the word have, then I want you to write the word do, and then I want you to write the word be. Okay, so when you think of have, we were kind of talking about that. what do you like when we have stuff? We want to have stuff. What are some things we want to have in Mary Kay? You already said it. Money. And what else? Choices. Cars. Right, there's lots of things in Mary Kay that we can have. We might want recognition. Diamonds, yeah, I mean star prizes, right? There's things to have in Mary Kay, like tangible. And there's also non-tangible things too. Okay. What about like do? What would the word do in Mary Kay? Like, what is this? This is not. I'm going over things, Michelle.
Yeah, work your business, spaces, parties,
exactly.
yeah, get out there.
You do your work. You're going to do the activity. In spaces, putting product on faces. And we can talk about the products, we can sell on the go, but putting the product on the faces is the best way to build and build fast and build solid. That's the doing part. And then what would the be mean? Be.
Go give an American spirit.
So say that again?
I said, go give an American spirit.
Okay, so like that would be like a non-tangible Mary Kay spirit, go give. So be is going to be more like internally, like your characteristics. Have you ever heard like the little slang like who you be? I heard someone say we probably did that Mary people. Like who you be. So we do a Mary Kay, we want to have a Mary Kay, and we definitely want to be in Mary Kay. So what do you think out in the world talks about the most out of those three? Have. What can I have? What can I have? What can I have? What can I have today? Do they talk much about doing?
No.
What they're not.
Things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Or, what they're not doing.
Yeah, what they're not doing, what they don't want to do. They don't want to do now, so they can live for Friday. But yeah, do they ever talk much about being? That's the one that's the cool part, because like in Mary Kay, we get to be and learn how to be these things. And I never, as a school teacher, I mean, when we would go to like teacher workshops, they don't teach you how to be a person with these qualities. They teach you skills. And that's in any kind of job. Okay, so lots of times we want to do, like you want to do the work so that you can have the stuff, right? What do you think the order, like we were to put these three words in order. What would be, don't say the correct one first. What order do you think they would, what naturally order do we put these in?
We do have.
I say do, be, have.
Yeah.
Do, be, and have. So like you do the work, then you be the person, and then you have the loot.
The work is pushing me to be the person that I want to be, and I feel like I can be, and that's going to allow me to have more choices, more money, more cars, more diamonds.
Okay.
That's how my brain.
Yeah. And you're not normal.
Okay.
That's all I gotta hear. Most people,
totally cool.
most people won't do first. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the better TV show comes on, I watch TV. Person's doing.
Oh, yeah, I am weird. Okay.
No, I'm not saying you're weird. You're not the norm. You are awesome. Most of the time, you think about it, like you're just talking about how people in the world like would rather talk about what they don't want to do. So like I would say do would be at the top. I mean, do might be at the back end. Like I'll do if I have to do, right?
That's how I feel about my JOB. Not about this.
I kind of said and just kind of give it a different perspective on those. What would be the correct order? Somebody, yeah. Be, again, if you want to put it in this order, be, do, and then have.
Have to be confident to do what you want to do to help what you want to do.
Well, I'll tell you, for those though that are very task oriented, which is me, yeah, very achievement oriented, it is hard to back up and be, because we automatically want to do. I'm not going to.
The doing makes me feel the bees. So that's how I get my happiness.
We can kind of flip a little bit. So for the most part, yes, being the person comes first. And being in the qualities and working on ourselves. And this is why, and I brought this up tonight because when we start working on our qualities, you guys, who does the focus go on to? When we're, yeah, but it's a healthy on yourself. It's a positive focus on yourself because you're growing yourself in a quality. You're not caught up and worried about the things that you're doing wrong. You're not worried about what everybody else is thinking. You're caught up in how to grow a certain quality. And when we get focused on growing ourselves and becoming the best consistent person, if that was my word, I'm going to focus on being consistent this week, then y'all, it gets exciting when you start to see that quality grow in yourself. And it's really cool because when you start developing that quality, the doing just automatically happens. It actually puts you into motion. And I kind of think they might be kind of go hand in hand. But the doing comes right along behind it. And those come, and then of course the having comes in afterwards. And that's where we keep coming back to growth. So I'm very, very thankful our girl said growth as one of the qualities because we got to grow ourselves, you guys. And when we focus on a healthy growth, God, it takes all the yucky, like the lack of self-confidence, the lack of self-esteem, and gets our focus off of that stuff and gets it onto a positive growth mindset. Okay, so put those in order: be, do, and have. Okay, and so this whole lesson was on picking a quality that you could start to develop in yourself for 2018. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys. I don't know if y'all have done any sharing. I'm gonna let y'all share in a group, give you 2 minutes to turn to your neighbor and share the quality that you wrote down here on question number 4. Go back over to your page. It's the bottom of page 2, or excuse me, the bottom of page 1 of week 2. Which of the traits descriptions do you want to develop in yourself for 2018? And I'm gonna ask you real quickly in this 2 minutes that you're gonna talk with your neighbor, if you have 5, that's awesome. But I'm gonna ask your neighbor to help you dwindle that down to just 2 or 3 for right now. Okay, but the top 2. So I'm right a second. So share real quick. And get her to help scoot over here.
I just said,
So you're being in a class.
And so you can kind of make it all very closely better than you.
And if you're not Yeah, I could really just, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
did
know.
for
I
free.
you got my last one.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the, okay. And I'll find it.
Okay, and I'll just detail with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're all there. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Did everybody get to share? Okay, so now we're going to down to like two qualities to work on. Does anybody want to share what theirs are? I mean, you don't have to, but I'd let's just share. Okay, Melissa, so you're going to go first. Yeah, stand up so that our viewers can see here.
So my three were consistency, gratefulness, and goal oriented. And I can honestly say I unknowingly focused on all three of those this week.
Oh, awesome. So what's one thing, I'm just going to put you on the spot. What's one thing that you did to develop consistency? Like,
Put a team booking attempt every single day.
so one task every single day. Okay, awesome. And what did you do for being grateful? Was that one? Sorry.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's just every day, just throughout the day, just being like, I'm so grateful for what I have and the people around me and my boyfriend and my puppies and just like whenever I have a quiet moment, just being like, I'm so thankful that I have some.
That's awesome. Yeah. Cool. And then what was the last one? Goal oriented. So how did you specifically?
So we cleaned the office over the weekend and I'm so happy we're in my office now, so that's helped. And I have a whiteboard and my words for this year are go and thrive. And so then I wrote that on there. I wrote all of my goals on the whiteboard. So like tonight I get to say that I only have this many days left. And then on my mirror, I also wrote go and thrive. And my favorite verse right now is Luke 22:26, and it's about serving others. Leaders who serve.
So those are just some examples, and that was the next step I was going to take you guys to. Like, now that you've got these traits, like, how are we going to actually grow them? We've got to have a plan of action. Okay, who else? Mindy, you want to share yours? Okay.
Duane and I had a lot of the same things. And so the three that we were struggling most with putting together was consistency, confidence, and intentional. So we landed on consistency and intentional because we came up with being intentional consistently will grow our business, which will in turn grow our confidence.
Wow. Okay, so back up and say it one more time. Okay. So when we're intentional about being consistent,
Yes.
or did I have it backwards?
Well, I just said being intentional consistently. So consistently working your business intentionally.
Okay.
And then that'll grow your business, which will grow.
Okay. And so in a minute, we're going to take that one step further and come out with what is the one thing that you could do intentionally, consistently.
Okay.
That will grow your business.
Okay.
So like the one thing that you know when you're doing it intentionally every day.
Right.
Consistently every day is going to grow your business. And I mean, and like Melissa's was kind of an idea when she said 13 booking attempts.
Right.
I mean, yours does not have to be 13. It could be 5 booking attempts. I mean, or it could be, I don't know, it has to be whatever you want it to be. But yeah, that would be taking care of your stuff. Okay, awesome.
Anyway.
Okay, and then one more person? Traits? Anybody else? Phil? Okay.
Okay.
Yay! That volunteer other people's? Yeah.
Okay, so originally I put professional and then I put the $sign because that's what I'm trying to get in 2018. But that's not one thing that we talked, Monica and Lauren, and we talked about. I put go-getter, but it's really being ambitious and professional, so that way I'll have my money and the team and all that other stuff. But it goes along with the boss way is the main thing. Is what I'm just trying to envision myself to. Yeah.
Okay, so the quality is to be an ambitious go-getter.
Yes.
Okay, so in a minute, we're going to figure out what's the one thing or what's something you could do that would be growing, making you ambitious.
Okay.
Okay, don't forget that. No. Okay, so did everybody come up with their one or two things? Okay, so let me share with you a little excerpt from this book that I'm reading right now, and then and let your brain go though. Like if you're thinking already of ways that you can develop your quality, I mean, just jot down ideas, okay? But this is, Leah Loughlin is having us read the one thing, in her case header that we're in right now. And so one of the myth busters, so to speak, or one of the things, the lies that mislead and derail us, is that everything matters equally. Okay, and let me explain. Already know list makers?
Yeah.
I make my list. I love my list. And how do you feel at the end of the day when you can mark them all off? Yes.
Can't mark them all off.
Okay, so you might be that. But is that to-do list taking you where you want to go?
According to what's on the list.
Okay, so in the real world of results, however, things are never equal. Okay, so no matter how teachers grade, two students are not equal. No matter how fair officials try to be, contests are not equal. No matter how talented people are, no two are ever equal. A dime equals 10 cents, and people must absolutely be treated fairly. But in the world of achievement, everything doesn't matter equally. Equality is a lie. And so skip on down here. As a result, we haphazardly select approaches that undermine our success. Oh, that's not it, really. All right, everything feels urgent and important. Everything seems equal. We become active and busy, but this doesn't actually move us any closer to success. And so success isn't a game won by whoever does the most. Yet that is exactly how most of us play on a daily basis, like trying to get the most done. Like I know when I have like 10 things on my list, I'm like, woohoo, I can get almost all 10 done. But that's not what's actually going to take us to success. Achievers operate differently. They have an eye for the essential. They pause just long enough to decide what matters and then allow what matters most to drive their day. Achievers do sooner what others plan to do later. And definitely what others do sooner. The difference isn't in the intent, but in the right of way. Achievers always work from a clear sense of priority. So skipping on down here. In fact, most to-do lists are actually just survival lists. Think about it, like just, errands, things that are getting you through your day, your life, but not making each day a stepping stone for the next, so that you can sequentially build a successful life. Long hours spent checking off a to-do list and ending the day with a full trash can and a clean desk are not virtuous and have nothing to do with success. Oh, ouch, yeah. Instead of a to-do list, you need a success list. Okay? If a list isn't built around success, then that's not where it takes you. Okay, and then he goes on to talk about how 20% of effort gives you like 80% of your results. So think about Mary Kay. I mean, there's tons of things we can do with Mary Kay in there. There's lots of things we can do. I mean, we can unpack an order. We can put stickers on products. We can make goodie bags. We can make an email. We can put our customers in touch. I mean, and those are all good things, right? And those are possible things that would be on a to-do list. But are they actually taking you to success? What would y'all say, like the one or the two things above all else in Mary Kay that would give you 80% of your results? Your more money, your car, your next level promotion.
Faces and sharing.
Okay, faces and sharing.
So it goes back to Valentine every day cooking.
Yeah. So I mean that's where my focus has been this week. Where's my people time today? Where's my phone time today? Because I know that's the one thing that everything else comes back to. And it's going to maximize and give me 80% of my results. It's the one thing that I can do. And actually, when you really think about it, the time that it takes to invest in that really isn't that much time. Give you 80% of your results. The majority of what you want will come from the minority of what you do. Extraordinary results are disproportionately created by fewer actions than most realize. And I think sometimes we are like just fighting with the whole just get still and do the small work in order to get the big results. Okay, so here's your big ideas. Go small. Don't focus on being busy. Focus on being productive. There's a difference. And I love to be busy. I feel good when I'm busy. But being busy isn't always productive. Allow what matters most to drive your day. And then the second one here, say no. Whether you say later or never, the point is to say not now to anything else you could do until your most important work is done. So it doesn't mean you have to say no to it. Just not now until the most important thing is done first. Does that make sense? Isn't that good? I'm not going to dictate my whole week this week. I'm like, ooh, I go in the kitchen and I start, I haven't coached on my appointments yet, or I haven't done the homework today. Get my booty out of there and go. And I even caught myself wanting to go run errands. You know, oh, I'm over here, I can go do da-da-da-da. Nope, my phone stuff's not done. Pull over, get it done, do it first before I even leave. And then, what's really cool is when you do what's most important done first, it's like, it's free. Because then you can go do the other stuff and there's no guilt. I'm sure none of y'all ever have guilt. Like when you're doing your family stuff going, oh my gosh, I really should be doing my Mary Kay. Or when you're doing your Mary Kay, oh, I really should be with my family. A lot of that, if you're doing the right thing, spending the quality time with the one thing that matters, you guys, it's amazing how you're so much more freed up and the guilt isn't there. I mean, like when my coaching calls are done and I've like sent out all the invites and I'm like, oh my God, that's done. You have a whole different feel when the kids come walking in the door. It's like, you're like, oh, I'm glad to see you versus, oh, I didn't get done. You see the difference in that? Like the task oriented versus what was that last thing? It was the
you gotta do something.
yeah, it was whatever that last yeah, anyway, okay. A productive list versus just being busy.
Oh, go small, don't focus on being busy, focus
On being productive, yeah. So that's gonna be y'all's motto this week. Don't be busy, be productive. Okay, so don't be productive. Be productive. Okay, let's try again. Be busy, be productive. Okay. All right, so your one thing is going to give you 20% of your activity is going to give you 80% of your results. So hopefully that'll trigger some thoughts, you guys, when you do get your PCP done tonight, after 9 or before 9, but during your work hours, when you stop and you're like, oh, I have 30 minutes as you're running from here to there to do Mary Kay. What can I do in this 30 minutes that would be productive versus just being busy? Okay, and so, and some of you guys, you may have to answer some questions like, what are some systems to put into place so that you are ready to be productive immediately versus just being busy to try to find your stuff and then your 30 minutes is over. Okay, so that right there is how you can get caught off being busy versus being productive because you're not prepared. Okay, so I'm good with systems, so if anyone just holler, and I'm sure your director is too, if I'm not your director. All right, so hopefully that we do have being productive versus being busy. And then the last thing, how to develop and who, we talked about that. Oh, we did good. Okay, so before I give you your homework for this week, does everybody have a concrete way to put one of their qualities at least in play this week? Like how to purposely grow your one quality? Or a quality. Just shout out, not necessarily your quality, but what are some other ways you can grow a quality? Practice. I mean, what are some other things you could do that would develop you being working on character traits? What are some other things you can do?
I can't remember what they call it, but positive self-talk, where you have like a mantra that you repeat to yourself. Affirmation. There we go. I couldn't find the word, but
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm looking at some of these words up here.
Yeah.
You know.
So you could take your quality and you could put it into the form of an affirmation so that you're highly aware, which is kind of what Melissa was doing, even just with her, I'm grateful. Another one I thought of when she was talking about being grateful, is some people will do it. I'm grateful, like when they get out of bed in the morning, they'll just take a moment to jot down 5, 10 things that they're grateful for, and like actually physically write it down versus just saying I'm grateful. So that's another way.
I know for me, Melissa and I are supposed to meet up after meeting, and we're gonna, because she was texting me earlier about how she's been doing the 13 booking attempts every single day, and that's how she's done her sales this week.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna get together after and work out the math on how many attempts I need to do every single day for the numbers of hours.
Gotcha.
So just breaking it down.
Mhm.
Is what I was getting
The
at.
whole thing, yeah. Breaking it backwards, so you know what to be consistent with. That was one of your words.
Yes.
Yeah. What are some other qualities? I mean, were y'all kind of on the same page, or was there anything that was totally on the other end?
I'm having trouble with mine.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, y'all have it all together?
Sure, we do.
Thank you for being that hard.
Well, what's weird is that what I wrote down doesn't totally match like the quality that I had written, but come on, good, help me. So I put staying positive, one of my qualities, but I more specifically like pushing through obstacles, like when something doesn't go the way I wanted it to, not letting it ruin my month or
awesome.
quarter.
Okay. So like what's something Lauren could do as an exercise so that when she hits a wall or an obstacle or something doesn't go the way she had anticipated, like what you can do.
You can make lists. Remember, Lewis said when you get to obstacles, you take good notes of your obstacles and stuff
Let's see
like
if you can
that.
learn from it.
Yeah, so that, well, I also put more growth mindset, which I always love is a good quality, but using every experience to learn from it, those kind of go together.
Yeah.
But how, like,
Yeah, and you did just make me think of something a little different twist. He was talking about how everything that you hit, everything you do, look at it as a learning opportunity. So when you go into a facial, or you go into booking calls, or you go into like you're taking a reorder to a customer, just everything you do, what can I learn from it going into it? Versus having these huge expectations.
so maybe making a list of like what I've learned from my, like for example, my double facial yesterday, I had really great sales for double facial. So instead of being like, I can be like, what did I learn from this opportunity?
Yes.
And every time something, and that way when I go to one where I have 0 sales, I can say, what did I learn from this?
And that is bingo. And the reason for that is because he was talking about how it keeps you on an even kill. Like it keeps you even. So when you have super high highs, you don't go, woo!
Yeah.
It's just like, that was cool. That was awesome. What do I learn from it? You know, what did I do differently? What did I not do it this winter? Or what, you all the learn. So when you have a super high, you don't go off the charts high and celebrate it for a month. But then also that keeps you, when you have a super low, yes, what can I learn from this? Because we know we're going to have them all. I mean, that's just the nature of the business. So yeah, that would be, and so the list is what you like to do. That would be important. Yeah. And that's also, I was thinking of bounce back ability. But I like more of it looking at it that way because I would rather see you guys all be more, and I sent a really good Daring Daily message out to y'all, and it was about, he got in trouble from his wife because he like just shows no emotion.
Yeah, I remember listening to it.
Yeah, and so like his wife was like, why don't you ever get excited? And he thought it's a good trait of his, and his trait was that he just stayed even kill. Like, I don't get super excited, like for everybody, you live for vacation, like, and then they go, well, go on vacation. Yeah, I'm going on vacation.
Which is weird because in my like other areas of my life, I don't feel like I'm like that
Yeah.
at all. So I don't know why I would be that way.
Probably because we're around so many people that are. But yeah, just be an even kill so that you learn to just stay with the even tempo, with the highs and with the lows. That's really good. Yeah.
And if you have to be excited and scream, you can do that here.
Yeah.
Once a week instead of every day.
Or you can be super happy with the knowing that when you go low, you don't get to go low. You don't get to go as low as you went high. Because that's what puts you on the emotional roller coaster. And that's what drives our husbands crazy. That's what makes us go insane, and that's not what's attractive to other people. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Anybody else struggling with their quality or something they can specifically put into play?
Not shutting down or shutting out the world. Like whenever things don't go the way that, so like a few months ago, everything just like fell apart at my house, and then like it just got worse and worse and worse. So, and I shut everything. Yeah, I just completely shut down, and that's something that I have to work on.
Well, that, again, I think a lot of that comes back to that's a quality, and I would say, what qualities do y'all think that would be? What would be the opposite of the quality that what y'all are describing?
Confidence.
Confidence?
Yeah. Like it was like a big.
So it's almost like the stuff happening around you like sucked your confidence out of you.
Yeah.
So how to not allow that. Okay. And that's on a big scale, and I think taking baby steps, but kind of like what we were just talking with Lauren, because all of that comes from emotional management. Emotional management. And what I mean by that is like when things happen to us, not taking it personally. And that doesn't happen just overnight. That's not I can say like, do this week and you'll be good. No, that does not happen that way. It's going to take baby steps, and it's going to a lot of that comes with how you go into things perceiving ahead of time, like expectations. And I think that goes like when we go into a party going, oh my gosh, I'm going to go have a party, a $500 party this week, and and you have these huge high expectations. Then whenever you don't hit that, it sucks the whatever out of you, okay? And so we kind of get some false communication in Mary Kay, because lots of times we're told, oh, go in, thinking happy thoughts and great thoughts, and you do. But I think another better way to keep it more even keel is walking in and going, okay, how can I serve these ladies? Somebody said serve them and go. How can I serve these ladies? How can I go in and be a blessing to these people, have a blast, and let them fall in love with me? I mean, honestly, that's my thought. And when you go in, and that's how I went into my party on Sunday, I really didn't have any expectations of, I remember thinking, oh, there's a couple people I already know, they're coming. But I'm like, no, I'm just going to go have fun. I'm going to put into practice everything I've learned that I know how to do. And I mean, it blew me away. And but I tried again not to get like super high about it. I'm like, okay, there's one, and I'll know on the next day. So that just, and that's just going to take time. But that's little baby steps. But I think of them just staying on the same, I don't know, level emotionally, and just try not to have huge expectations. And I'm saying all these things not to try to fix, but just as a way to look at things as baby steps. And then maybe journal, like, I mean, I don't know if you like to write or not. I know Lauren likes to write. I have had some people that just talk and record messages. And that's a good way just to kind of vent and get it out. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when you just share things, how we as women, we don't really need anybody to fix it. We just need somebody to fix it. Yeah. Let your phone listen. Let your phone listen to you. You never know. I mean, that might be good too. So, I don't know. Does anybody else have anything maybe to throw into that, just to take baby steps as far as, yeah?
My word for the year is confident. And
okay.
What my mantra is I'm confident in myself, my abilities, and my daily decisions to meet my yearly goals. So just taking one day at a time, saying, am I confident with what I've decided to do
today? That is awesome. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, and that goes right back to today. What am I doing that I can win today?
Yeah.
What am I doing in my life today that would be a win? And just as baby, day to day, you're being confident and it's a daily win, which is going to add up to your view. That's awesome. Woo! Thank you for sharing that.
Writing it down.
Yeah, and the other thing, I have all sorts of affirmations and things that I do throughout the day. And I'm just like, what? I used to roll my eyes with the affirmations and be the person that like, I don't agree with what I wrote down. But now I'm like, what? No one else is going to talk good to me. You know what? I mean, even my husband, who has all great intentions, but he doesn't have the right words to say to me. For the most part, and I don't expect him to be that person. But I'm like, the person that's going to take the best care of me is me. So I've learned to talk really good to myself, and it makes a huge difference. Yeah, so why not? You're the best talker to yourself. So, all right. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, we didn't even get to the next page. I hope y'all finished out that page too, that week too. What did y'all, okay, you're going to a party of 3 to 5 women. What do you want them to notice about you?
Confident, educated professional.
Nice.
Very good.
Wow.
Good job. I put fun, that I'm cute and stylish, and that I know what I'm talking about, and that I connect with them. What else did y'all put? Do I?
It's just so funny how people put that different.
Oh, I know. There's no right or wrong. Isn't that cool?
I would want them to see that it's like organized and seamless, like the present, like it's easy to do the presentation. Like I'm not all like, oh, where did I put that, or where's this, and like I'm a mess, and you know, yeah, of course that's what I say, yeah.
I was like, don't redo the perfect party over here, Lauren, because the guys gonna enjoy this.
No, I have the opposite thought. Like I want them to think, oh, that's so easy. I
Okay,
don't have to do that.
I know, and you know, yeah.
And I would be freaking out, I had to be perfect like
I know.
I'm not perfect, trust me.
So when you're not perfect, that makes you more real. Okay, cool. And then we talked about y'all's makeover, and everybody, I hope, took time to do that. All right, so you're on the honor system with your homework. All right, but I'm glad you guys are here, so you get credit for your next week, because remember, you have to be here 7 out of the 9 weeks. All right, so your homework for this week, you ready? You are going to go ahead. I really like you guys reading through and having quiet time to think through these things. How was that for y'all this week? Did anybody enjoy that, or was it me?
I really a lot of things are going on.
Okay, that's the stuff I enjoy. When I take time to reflect and be by myself and answer questions, oh, I'm like charged. I'm like, woo, we set the world on fire now.
No, I slide in the last minute good questions.
I don't even remember when. Yeah, I don't remember when I did them. I didn't have very long, but I just pulled it out.
And I did. You did talk to Colin like the very next day after meeting last week. Friday. We talked Thursday. Yeah.
That was meeting this Tuesday.
It's Friday. I'm thinking Thursday meeting. It was Friday. It was Friday when I got it. Okay, so number 1 is you're gonna do week 3 questions. So there are 2 pages of week 3. And week 3 is gonna go into it's gonna kind of get us moving more. We've been talking about image, we've been talking about Eve as a person. Next week we're gonna kind of move into going the extra mile. What does that look like on your date book, your sales goals, team building, etc. Okay, so you're going to answer those questions. There's 2 pages of those. Number 2 for your homework, and you might have already figured this out for you tonight, but decide and put into place how you will grow a quality and share that with your director. That gives you something to Voxer or to text your director. Decide and put into place how you will grow a quality or a characteristic, and then share that with your director. And then number 3, and I kind of took a different twist on this because we've been talking about the quality for ourselves, but I want you guys to write a note to one person this week, telling him or her or lifting them up about who they be. So when you write a note to somebody this week, pick out one person that you would like to affirm about the person they are. Not what they do. This is hard. I actually did this with my family over Christmas. And it's very easy to go like, honey, I appreciate you because you work hard for us, you provide for us, you do. But instead of doing, affirm somebody with their qualities. I totally complimented my husband. He's highly dependable. My husband is the epitome of consistency. Like it makes you want to throw up. But that's a huge quality. And so that's how changing. And so you can even if you want to take a picture of these qualities, and then you can affirm maybe even your children. I wrote characteristics and qualities on each one of my kids versus what they do, because I get it. I'm really trying to make this switch. I don't want to just affirm what they do, so they feel like they always have to do to be good, or who they are. Okay.
That was easy for me when my kids being so little. They can't do a whole lot right now. And it's so cool, y'all. They're identical twins if you don't know that, but they're so different.
Yeah.
They're so different, and so I immediately just see who they are.
Oh, that's
And I love it so much. I just am like, that is who God created you to be. Like, that is your soul, and that is you. And I love that about them.
so just that, I mean, can you imagine being able to pour that into like adulthood? But I mean, it's a gift. Like you can see that in your children. You can see that in other people. And it's really cool because I always thought, oh, I can't see that in other people. But when I take time to be still and to think about the characteristics, I mean, it's really cool. You can really see who people are. Yeah. Okay, so you only need to write one note. If you want to write more, you can, at least one. And the last thing I was going to have you guys do tonight, but we're totally out of time. Flip back over to your January goals sheet. And you do need to do an inventory because we're halfway through the month. So whatever your faces goal, it might be painful, it might be okay, but it might be painful, it's okay. Whatever you put for your faces goal, subtract what number of faces you have done. And now you have a new faces goal for the rest of the month. Okay? If you roughly know what your sales were, you know, if you've got your 2 weekly accomplishment sheets from January, you can subtract that from the total sales and even your career checks. But those 3 things you need to take an inventory because we're halfway through the month. High or low about it. This would be a great exercise to not go emotional. Higher is what it is. It's a number. Only you can decide if your number is still the same. Are you willing to do that same amount of work in 2 weeks? Either yes or no. And then you decide. And then you're either willing to change the goal, to change the results, goal, and you just change the time frame. You have choices. But you have to make a decision. Don't get all emotional. It is what it is. Okay. So you got it? It says inventory check where you are for the month, and you're good there. All right, announcements. PCP is actually due. I'd like to tell you all today that you do have till tomorrow. My girls, you have till tonight. Okay.
After I put bread in the oven.
And then Saturday, Kelly's doing facials here at 10. So Kelly will be the director in charge on Saturday. Betty's doing our product commercial for next week. I need a door person. Who wants to be our door taker? You're going to be greeter? Yeah. Mary, you want to be on the door? Sure. Okay, and then who wants to do the skincare class? Reds, jump up and shout out. Lauren! Yeah. Lauren! That's Milo. All right, Lauren! That'd be perfect though, okay? Tanya, you doesn't have to be. And then Mary's on the door. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna meet our guests too. Let's see out here. Prizes. I have prizes to give out. Megan Davis. Yes. Right on in here. Okay. I have no idea what you did. Okay. You're getting some sunglasses. Oh yay! And you're getting a bag. Ooh, very nice. And a laundry bag. So will somebody snap a picture so I can send this to Tyra?
Are these for, oh, sorry.
I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did. Oh, they do a weekly tracking, which is kind of like our power, right? A monthly
tracking.
We have one of those too.
Yeah, Tyra calls it an iPod. So it's the important things, so we track, you know, what we sell and how much, and, you know, so I get it. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's all red. Maybe she read it.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, and Kathy. I got prizes for you. Yay! Kathy Gibbons, right? Yes. All right, Kathy. Do you know what you did?
She has a list of like when you become a consultant, the 12 things, and I'm slowly working on those. It's been several months, but I'm still considering it maybe, so I'm working on it.
And did you get any takeaways from tonight?
A lot.
Like the newbies like takeaways when you're like, woo, we're gonna do all this kind of stuff. It's cool. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and do our raffle, and then hopefully we can meet our guests.
I'm sure you do it there.
Well, actually, if it's not grab your raffle tickets. Okay, will y'all all do me one favor? Y'all want to really psych Kelly out?
I
Okay,
smell
we
trouble.
either have to be all in or we're not.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Yeah, we might want to. Yeah, you wanna, yeah.
We're done.